friends, we are about to meet Blake Fleischacker. Blake Fly, as I'd like to call him. Blake is beyond fly. He is a motivational speaker, he's an entrepreneur, and he spends his days fostering collaboration among ambitious, positive, like-minded individuals just to make this planet a better place for all of us to live in. So cool and so inspiring. Let's go meet him right now. Blake Fly.
Bridget! This
Buddy.
feels so unplanned! So good to see you!
You chose this location. What are you talking about?
I know. It's because I had to park my boat. Yeah.
Well, you did a great job parallel parking. Well done.
Thank
Good
you
to
very
see you,
much.
buddy.
You as well.
Amazing. Well, thanks for doing this.
Thank you for inviting me to do this.
Okay, so when
stoked.
I chatted with you a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago and I asked you, what your favorite thing to do is to start your morning, you said hang out by the lake and do some writing.
Yes.
What are you writing?
Well, you see, on the days that go right, I love to begin with just cracking open a little journal.
Yeah.
And I heard once that if you write things you're grateful for at the start of a day, that the day goes better. And I find that that's totally true. So I don't do it every day, but when I can, starting with some scribble of gratefulness near water is just like mint.
The best combination you can think of.
Yes.
Combo number 2.
Yes, and I have a guitar because sometimes I just carry it around. I don't really play it, but when I have it, people think I'm more musical than I actually am.
But you are very musical, and the fact that you have it is perfect because I'd love to sing a little melody with you later if
all
we
right.
can.
Sounds good.
All right, okay, let's go over there and chat some more.
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Deal.
Need help?
And so then the puppy goes.
And cue
What?
edit. Cue edit. So these are your typical Sundays? You kind of just come here to the harborfront in Toronto and just...
I like
write
to
your
go where
gratitude
there's just a good laid back scene. So someplace by water
Yeah?
or my family's cottage.
I want to share a story because I've known you, what, 4 years
4 years.
4 years now, and the moment I met you, I've just been so mesmerized by what you do. I really
Why,
am.
thank you.
I really am. So, I mean, what was like growing up as Blake Fly like?
The best.
I want to start from the beginning.
The best.
How so?
I was born in North York Central Hospital. Whatever. Forget that.
At what time?
Cut the birth out of
At what
this.
time?
It was a C-section. Now, I'm the youngest of 3, so growing up rocked because I was the youngest, meaning my parents were like far more easygoing with me
Yeah.
than with the other 2. And I just always looked up to my brother Robbie, my sister Melissa, and I spent every summer at the cottage with my mom because my mom's always been a teacher.
Oh, okay.
So I just like parked it at the cottage all summer long, and we spent a lot of time together, her and I. I watched soap operas with her all
Ooh,
summer.
Which one was your favorite?
All My Children. Am I allowed to do these like
yeah.
little glances?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Break that fourth wall. Why All My Children?
Because that was her go-to soap opera, and I spent all summer with her. So every day while eating lunch, I caught up with like who had a brain tumor or who was having an affair, like all the local gossip in Pine Valley. And
That's how you stayed awesome as a kid.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I learned the drama in life that was possible. I wanted to avoid all of it. So I've never thought about that, but maybe I do have to thank my soap opera career from like age 5 to 12 as a viewer for wanting to dodge gossip, drama, and just like not good times.
Wow, that's a really interesting lesson. Maybe to all the kids that are watching.
Watching soap operas.
The more you know. Okay, I want to talk about Dave Anderson, who is a friend of mine, your friend and business partner.
Yeah.
How did you meet him, and how did acoustic opera and Small World come to be? I just love everything about it. Love it.
Awesome. I also do, and I'm humbled that I get to work with the guy, Dave Anderson. I met him at university, but only in passing. Like, we had the same job, but we were on different teams, so we hung out like in sandwich lines at training days when we were like having lunch. We met up after university because we both discovered that, hey, he quit the job that he loved to do his own thing. I quit the job that I loved to do my own thing.
What was the job that you quit?
I worked in residence as a residence manager.
Oh, that's the job that you quit. Okay.
And so the contract ended, and I thought instead of reapplying, I was going to start my own thing, which was terrifying. So I moved back home with mom and dad, save a bunch of money, figure it out. And Dave and I met up one day because of some business he was working on, because he was going to help me out with a health situation I was going through. We talked about that, realized you work on your own at home, I work on my own at home. We're really good pals all of a sudden. Why don't we like work together on our own work? So we met up at coffee shops once a week, and he did his thing, I did my thing, but it was cool to have a pal, a work buddy. And then the more we chatted, we're like, we have so many similar interests. He wanted to do some work in schools, and I was already doing that. He has an amazing background with like choirs and like teaching all this amazing voice performance to young people everywhere. So instead of me giving him tips on how to speak in schools, I figured, why don't we just make something that will benefit kids as your way to learn it, and maybe it'll just be fun. So we did this thing called acoustic opera. I play acoustic guitar, Dave sings opera. We literally started with the title. Like, that's it. We're like, we will call it acoustic opera, and then we'll build from there.
But you're leaving the best part out. You sing in tuxedos.
Yes. Because
That's the highlight.
We hadn't thought that far when we came up with the name. But yeah, so the long and short of it is we wear tuxedos. It's a two-man show for an hour for kids like kindergarten up to grade 8, and it's just like two main messages. The things that make you weird are the things that make you awesome, and just instead of taking people down, what are ways that we can just casually build people up? And we work with kids, and that was back then, and that has evolved into Small World Generation, which is basically this small education company where we deliver programs to kids, families, teachers, and it's a blast. We don't do as many acoustic operas anymore because now our main focus is, it's called My Life Online, teaching kids to be kind online. So very similar themes, but we wanted to enter the space of exciting kids into doing great things on social media.
And where did the concept come to be? Because this message is so important, especially spreading this kind of message in the school system. It doesn't happen on a regular basis. So where did the concept come to be?
I think the concept came from the fact that us working with kids in schools, there was this big focus around anti-bullying, like anti-bullying, 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 which is important. But we never wanted to use the word bully, and we never wanted to be anti anything. We were always inspired by people that were addressing that topic, but without even saying the words, coming from a positive angle. And so we wanted to contribute with the cyberbullying problem, but never say like the internet is bad, because kids are aware and there's amazing resources to make them safe. We wanted to say, now that you know these basics on just like how to be safe from, you know, teachers and police officers and other programs, we want to say, what can you do online so that 10 years from now, when you get Googled, you are proud of yourself and the other people in your life? Because if things are there forever for the world to see, what is it that you want to say to the world? And what do you want the world to say about you? So instead of being like, things could be there forever, we're more like, things could be there forever. So what would you like to put out there?
Yes.
And when you're having that conversation with an 11-year-old who has an iPad, an iPhone, and a blog, that is an exciting opportunity, because although we don't want them like stuck there, never playing outside, if they're there anyway, it's about what can you do that is amazing, uplifting, and inspiring, and makes yourself, your friends, your parents, your teachers proud of you.
Who is Blake Fly? Like, who would you say Blake Fly is, and what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
That is a tough question, because I don't have a very clear answer, but here's a few things that I know. I've been told that I build community where I go. Whether it's like if I have a guitar while backpacking, it means maybe I'm more likely to engage like 5 people at a hostel. Or if I'm doing a school presentation, I leave in the schools hopefully a little bit better. So my legacy that I would love to leave behind is just knowing that I've built small communities of people, whether they know it was me or not, that were brightened and bettered because I did something with some people I'm involved with. And so a few things that I'm up to now are I lead high five runs with my best pal Elan, and that's just to like go for a run, stay healthy, but make people happy when they don't even expect a high five. We also have a band, and we play on the subways in the city just to like not make money but boost the commuter vibe. And Dave and I, with our work with kids, we just want to make them happier and do better things in school and online. And for me, like the biggest thing that I would love is to someday, this might be morbid, but go with me, I would love to like on my gravestone it just have like my name, the time I was here, and the word thanks for having me. Because both like thank you for having me, world, and the world to think like, thanks for being here.
So thank you for being just so grateful every day. Thank you for spreading so much love. And thank you for connecting all of us with each other and just doing some greater good for humanity.
Hey, the fact that I got to stumble into your world with Dave like 4 years ago was an exciting day in history. So thanks for hanging out on the bench and chatting today.
Always. And I want to ask you, because you know my tagline is B.TRU. What does being true mean to you?
Being true to me means knowing that if you did something wrong, it was totally your fault. And if you did something right, it was totally your fault. If you fail, it was because of you. And if you succeed, it was because of you. Just like fully owning up life. I'm not perfect at it, but I know that by striving towards that, I think that is like the ultimate version of being true in my mind.
High five, pound it out, seal it with
That's
a hug.
a huge ring. That's a scary ring to do fist bumps. But
I thought it'd be fun to kind of kickstart our day with an interview and bring some positivity to some streeters here.
to the one runner down there.
To the one runner by doing a mini high five run and giving some people high fives.
I brought the shirt in case this happened.
He knew, and I brought shoes.
I didn't bring shoes.
Oh.
So together we are like one high five runner.
Excellent.
We're good.
Let's do it. Okay, let's go.
3 high fives, 3 high fives, 3 high fives.
Yeah!
We got this. We got this. Woo! You get the pink. 3 high fives, 3 high fives.
Yeah!
Yes! High fives, high fives, high fives, high fives.
Yes!
Woo! That was a good one. Good one.
Okay, that was fun.
People were into it,
They were
even
very
though it
into
was
it.
early on a Sunday. I was impressed and both surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this every month, and thanks for being part of Bridging the Gap. Now, before we go, there's got to be somebody out there
Ryan
that
Porter.
inspires you. What? Does he inspire you?
Yes.
Would you like to nominate him for the next Bridging the Gap?
I know that you wanted me to nominate someone,
Yes.
and so the first person who came to my mind was Ryan Porter.
Why is
because
that?
he's a dude who is doing amazing work with young people. He's got an organization called Raise Your Flag about connecting high school grads to job opportunities. Plus, he's just an all-around awesome dude, and like married his total sweetheart from overseas. They met. Oh my gosh! And
I love that.
I would talk to that guy and all of his friends because he's just surrounded to even more amazing people.
Love that. Thank you so much. And Ryan Porter, we're coming after you.
Yeah.
Blake, you rock.
You do too, Bridget.
Hug it out.
Yeah.
Let's run it off to the sun.
All right.
Set.
Here it goes.